Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between.
I cleaned this one last week when we recorded. And then I used it throughout the week, and then I cleaned it again today. I think if you were to use any of the Storz Bickel and just be probably I would guess a regular cannabis consumer, where you're not cleaning your products all the time, very often, I think the Mighty might be easier. Like the flow stays better longer, whereas I noticed the airflow gets way less on this faster. But I also used it a lot.
Well, and you can adjust it pretty quickly, and that'll actually clog it up even more if you let it go even. Like the flow even more, because that's one of the things that I didn't like about my Crafty, but I really like about the Mighty. The Mighty has great airflow. Mm-hmm. It doesn't clog as easy as the Crafty did. The Crafty clogs quite frequently.
Really?
I felt like I had to clean that every other day.
Whoa.
It got bad after a little while.
The Mighty's great.
I gave that a deep clean and gifted that to somebody.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I just told him, you can do that. But the Mighty, dude, that cleans like a dream. It's bigger. This one cleans like that's awesome the way that breaks down. It's super cool. But one of the things we've loved about the Venty is that it's like a volcano. So we can just let it sit here and
the flavors
off of this. So what we're reviewing today is White Diesel. This is a Betty product. This is a sativa-dominant. It's got a really awesome breakdown of what I feel like we've got a lot of like limonene and beta-carotene, but this one's high in myrcene.
Beta-myrcene, limonene, linalool. Oh, yeah, that one. You got to move the mic. Linalool, beta-pinene, and beta-carotene.
One of the minors also is osamine. Osamine is... it's not widely, you don't see a lot of it.
Oh, whoa. I feel like it's going to make me sneeze. I blew a little bit out through my nose.
Here comes 5, 2, 3, let's go 4. Hey, how about that 5th one? We got Jit today.
Yeah, usually they're 5, 6, like, sometimes there's like 8 or 9, and I hate that because it's just frustrating. It won't stop. This one is New York City Diesel and White Widow are the two strains that are combined to make it. Now, the flavors on that are really nice through there. I enjoy that a lot through the Venty.
It's got a really nice, mild, but very, at the same time, robust. I really like one, pulling off the Venty is always nice. Wow. Yeah, I just saw another review on the Venty, and they were like, rate it as their top vaporizer. Even though the size is bigger, it's not real pocket friendly. But you know what?
I don't think the Mighty is either.
No.
Honestly, the only one that is out of Storz Bickel is the Crafty.
But it wasn't that great.
So past that, it doesn't really matter if it's pocket size because you're not putting it in your pocket. So at that point, I'm looking at like, how long is the battery life? How easy is it to clean? What's the like airflow and experience and flavor like? And again, that one hands down is the best one. So what I would even say is like, well, we'll have the link below. You can guys go get Venty through Storz Bickel. By far the best vaporizer that we've used. So it's worth it. Definitely worth checking out. They might even have holiday deals going on right now. So
yeah. Wow, that flavor is crazy.
Very focused and help with paint.
So the alertness is almost right away. It's almost like a caffeinated feeling, to be honest, because I am like, everything is brighter now. Did you notice that?
Yeah, the lights are a little more like illuminated, it feels like.
Yeah,
and
it's real, like the aperture in your eye is just opening up. Like I am pulling in all this light. The last strain we smoked, that was a sativa, but it was more sedative over time. But it could be different because we're smoking this out of the Venty. If we hit Jetson, it may be different.
That's true. It might be a whole different experience.
Do we have a little bit left in there?
Oh, for sure.
We should try it out.
Yeah, you got to.
You see that? It's like a Star Wars sound. Yeah.
That video. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's fantastic. Honestly, I don't think that the THC, like that, this is even super high on. It's 20%.
Yeah, it's 20%. It's a good amount.
It's really not crazy high. It's just kind of like normal across the board. I do like that it's got CBG, CBGA, CBDA. Oh yeah, that ball's done. But I think we just dump it and get another one, or put it in the
Let's put it in Jetson.
In George Jetson. Test it out and see. Give me just.
I love this Venty. This Venty is so cool, guys. It is pricey. I'm not gonna lie. It's like $450. 400. Dude, this thing is so cool though. Like the way it broke down to clean, that was awesome. But what's really cool about it, dude, is that they've really thought about it. The airflow that comes in is right there. You're not going to want to hold it. It doesn't get hot in your hand. And this little area right here, this little knobby, this little wheel, you can go like really strong in your airflow or minimal or, almost nothing at all. Like Brandon's got it set it to the highest one. And it's cool because it just brings in more
feels
airflow.
Like the volcano, then.
Well, dude, it's like an intake on a car.
Yeah,
like this one is cool. Like, dude, it's open all around. That's why you got this great airflow.
It really doesn't. The top part is the hottest part of that. The very top lid part is what gets hot on the Venty.
Couldn't we do that one thing on there? Like, I know you can do concentrates, and they give you like a little kit and stuff, but it'd be very weird. But what I'd like to do is almost like a Moon Rocks feel.
Okay.
Right? So get a little bit of wax and put it over at the top of your bowl. But you'd have to put one of those things at the bottom because that shit would go right
catch
through.
it and clog it.
Yeah.
I wonder if the flower would pull as nicely through with the pads on it that...
Nah, you'd be better on putting wax on top of like a
George
bong.
Jetson bowl. Yeah.
Because you're going to clean it anyways in the raw.
I love that. It's been a long time since I've done
I have not
rosin.
done that in a long time. I need to do that.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to do that tonight.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that's like a this weekend type of activity. So
yeah,
sounds
load
fantastic.
the bowl, and I got my little MJ arsenal.
Well, George Jetson's fully loaded, so if you want to toast it off,
dude,
nicely,
that'd be cool.
So.
Yeah, and if anybody could recommend or tell me or send me a bong, I wanna start doing a regular thing where we review a bong on the show and we compare it to our friend here. Not to be rude, but I mean this is.
Yeah, what are you guys smoking with? What is your favorite bong? Do you use a bong? What have been the vaporizers you're rocking? Or are you mostly concentrates? And if so, are you e-rigs or are you guys using glass? Because
I could never do glass.
Not
anymore.
So I recently met a guy. He moved here from Denver, and he does concentrates, and he does glass and a torch. And I was like, bro, you don't have an e-rig or like a more direct, like you can control the temperature on that? It just changes the game so much that it's really hard to go back. I don't know how you do it. I feel like this is pretty in my head, but not in a anxious type of way, just of like where I'm feeling it mostly. That's a good hit.
Yeah, that was a good hit. I didn't even mean that.
It's cool. I'm surprised that this one is often used for morning and afternoon strains. Because there's not a ton of them that I find are really perfect, like daytime strains all the time.
No, it's really nice. It's a little rough though. I will say that.
On the throat?
Yeah, but that's the beta myrcene. And no, that's the carafulline. That's real strong peppery notes through a bong. Not so much in the vapor. Yeah, there you go. Told you. Yeah.
It's spicy.
That's a spicy meatball. I love that. My kids show me that video of this cat, and it like smells another cat's ass, and then it goes up like this, and it's all. And then the voice comes in and goes, "Why so spicy?"
Yeah. This does have a spice, though.
Oh, it's
like in the back of your throat.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
And see, that's the crazy thing. Like, when,
Wow.
I recently have been limiting my flower use to later in the day, using more hot dog water and concentrates during the daytime because did I hit that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was starting to, I was coughing in my sleep.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Like my wife was like, I'm really concerned about it. I'm like, okay. I get it. And so, but by switching to concentrates and to pens, I don't cough very much anymore. And then I also started using edibles. I tried Moxies and I tried Select.
Okay. You said Select was better.
Select was really good. It tasted just like the jello-y ones that I used to make. They were still tasty, but at the same time, they were jello-y. And when I eat an edible, I like the ones that have more pectin than gelatin.
Yeah.
And if there's a good mix, it's really good. Moxie has awesome little shapes. I love their shape. Their flavors are phenomenal. They are so tasty.
Okay.
Experience is a little weird. The hybrid, I'm like, I just feel uncomfortable in my back.
Oh.
And a little bit of racing heart. But it was a hybrid one, and it was blueberry sour. And it was good. It tasted like blueberry. But it took like 30 or 40 minutes after I started feeling it. You feel it pretty quickly.
Okay.
But I just didn't enjoy the overall experience. My wife had one. She really didn't like the experience because it was more sativa-dominant.
And she's not.
No, she's not a sativa. Sometimes I've snuck sativa to her.
Depends on the strain. Yeah.
Well, if it's flower. Like, it was so funny, dude. Like, we were just having a conversation earlier about it. And I was like, yeah, I know. But she's like, yeah, you really got to lay off the smoke. I'm like, I know, but nothing's better than flower. And you know what she said?
Huh.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. That's fucking cool, dude. Because it is that way, man. When people experience flower, it really elevates how you feel.
Oh, the experience is so hard to beat. Like, that's why we tote flower first. The experience is the best. It's also the easiest to manage. Like, but we understand, like, burning a plant, using stuff like that, it might be a hard introductory for a lot of people. And
that's why vaporizers are so cool, because
even edibles are like, it's harder to dose, maybe potentially, and microdosing is definitely a better way to enter that. But, like, for people who don't want to, the concept of inhaling.
Oh, yeah. Like, it really rubs some people raw.
Yeah, it really does.
But at the same time, like, even my wife, she was not really, like, for it. But eventually.
It's been years, but she's.
Yeah, eventually she's now gotten to, she's like, whoa, that's totally different. And, like, when I mix strains, like, sometimes I'm like, what do you want to feel? She's like, I just don't want to give a shit. And I mix like these 3 different strains. 2 of them were sativa.
Huh.
One of them was high as an indica. And dude, it rocked our socks off. We were like,
some of the best experiences.
It was awesome. I just felt great.
Jesus, some of them have been just from combinations. Because like, oh, this one's really nice for this, and this one's really nice for this. But like, pairing those 2 together, you just get a whole new incredible experience. But we found that out when we did combos.
Well, we need to do another one, but we'll do a live session where we'll have different strains out that we've tried before or we're big fans of, and then we'll mix them.
We'll just have a bunch of grounds of different ones and label them. Go, all right, this is this, and then we can just compile, make a bunch of different ones, and
it'd be
try them out.
Oh, it'd be so good because I mean, like I need to revisit that one because we made some funny. Like,
it's been a long time.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
White Russian.
White Russian and...
Sour Diesel. Oh, dude, that was such a good strain together. The Dolph Lundgren. Dude, he would probably... if we ever turn that into something, he would totally sue us. I would love to do, like, where we make up our own...
strain?
Someday. Yeah. Would, like, do a co-op with a grower. Just
That'd
saying,
be cool.
hey, that would be so cool to name us... to come up because it wouldn't be naming it, man.
Strain.
Yeah, like
It's
to
the
talk about like
experience.
here's
What do
the
you wanna
terpenes we
grow
want.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, we want them strong here. What would we mix them with? What strains currently out there that will be dominant in these types of terpenes, depending on the geographical location? Like, I'll tell you, man. Like, we've been so fortunate to be able to work with Dragonfly. We feel sad that none of the others want to play with us because all we want to do is review it and
We'd
tell
love
everybody.
to talk about their products and check them out. And
Dude, I mean, as far
where
as
it
grow
goes.
quality, I'm sorry, man. You'll be hard pressed to find something as good as Dragonfly or Betty.
yeah, that we've seen. But
Yeah.
I guess we haven't got everyone's stuff. So.
No, I mean, we've had Pure Plan. That's really good.
Show me what you've got.
Show me. Put them on the glass. Put them on the glass.
Just drop them right there.
Right there. Just like right up against the glass. Can you imagine that, dude? Like just having that, like what stoners see, like put them on the glass. And it's just like somebody at like some processing area. They were like putting 2 giant bags on the
Right?
glass.
Pushing them up against the glass.
They're like, I want that.
That's the stuff.
I want to feel like Dave Chappelle when he was the janitor over there in Half Baked. When he goes to pick up a pound, he goes, oh.
Yeah, right.
It's just like, oh my gosh, you're just
He
going to get
moves
this.
in such a weird
I know his
way.
body's like, like his whole body's having an orgasm.
It's like when he pulls Tyrone Bigum's moves and
I
stuff.
know, dude.
Just like, oh man.
I don't know what's going on. Oh man, but this
A lot
is
of people don't know this, but I smell crack. I don't, but Tyrone.
like when they did that whole the Fear Factor one.
Oh my god.
If the animal dicks, he's all pulling out his hot sauce bottle and put it all over. He goes, man, I smoke crack. I don't care. I eat what I can eat.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like, I'm just happy to be here. Oh, man. This is a good strain.
It is a good strain.
After a little bit kicks in, but we had some really good hits off the bong. So I will say, Vaporizer, great if you are trying to cut back on burning plant. Then yeah, don't, if you're coughing a lot like I was, you might want to lay off. I still got to use it once a day. This is my time today, which sucks, but that's okay.
Oh no.
No. I've been having some really good experiences with some hot dog water lately. But it's high-end hot dog water.
High end.
It's
Only
all
the
beef.
classiest. It's all beef.
Yeah, all beef hot dog. Right? Doesn't have all the other animal parts in there.
Get them Nathan's hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. You get the Costco ones, those giant.
Those ones are good too.
They're
I like
pretty
Nathan's.
good.
I like, what are the other ones? There's another one.
Hebrew
Yeah,
National.
Hebrew Nationals are good. Oh, I love those.
The kosher dogs.
Yeah, those are.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Hard. Did you not? I haven't had like my fondest memories of hot dog was always like drunk with my friends when I was in my early 20s and stopping by a 7-Eleven at 3 a.m. and putting fucking, I'll put mayo and then ketchup and then cheese
You
sauce.
are a white person. Mayo?
And then I love mayo. And then fucking chili on top of that and then the cheese. And we would eat that, and it was just like so. I mean, there'd be hot peppers and fucking relish. Like we didn't give a shit. We put it all on there because we were high. We were drunk.
Yeah.
But
That's cheese.
that's what I love about cannabis is that I don't just eat mindlessly. Like I won't eat everything in sight. Some people do. Some people get like munchies like a motherfucker, and I feel for you.
Well, but it's not just
that's
getting
worse
the
than dry
munchies, it's
mouth.
the control of what
Yeah.
you eat. Because you can still eat and have munchie, but then it's, do you eat some of it or do you eat the entire bag? I've
Dude.
been on both sides of it. I've eaten the entire bag, and then I've also gone, hey, maybe you should not eat the entire bag.
Oh my god!
And so, it depends on the day, on the moment. We've all been there.
Or the idea that you're eating something really healthy, but you're not.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, because like
Definitely been there.
I remember like we have such fond memories of playing video games together. And one of the funny things is like when we would be playing, we're snacking the whole time. Like we just love co-op games. It's just so much fun. And I want more co-op games, and they're going to be bringing out more, which is so cool.
I love that type of game.
Yeah. I just want to play more co-op games. Like that's why I'm this is kind of funny, dude. I think I'm done. with insurgency.
Whoa. You okay?
Yeah, no, I'm
Did
just...
you talk to a therapist?
Yes. And they said, it's time, Jesse. It's time. But I love them so much. They go, no, you don't. You only love what they give you.
A massive heart erection for at least 8 hours.
Just like, oh my gosh, it's like busting through the sunroof in my car. But no, so I recently hit a level 1,000. Mm-hmm. I'm at 1,020 right now.
Wow.
They had a big XP weekend, and I was like, I was so like, for me, it's completion. For me, it's completion. And that's why the only thing that you can get in that is rank.
Yeah.
I am at the highest you can go. Anything after that is just numbers. But the emblem is cool. It's a skull, and it's all white and black. And that's it. That's the end. I was recently playing on there, and there was a guy who was 4,233. He's a PC player, so recently they made it open across the board. So PC, Xbox,
it's
and
cross-platform, yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. Like they fixed the servers.
Does that mean they gave all the same maps and that the PC players get? Because they got way more.
No, we're going to be getting more of their maps pretty
cool.
soon. But they play all the maps that we have.
Yeah.
They gave some new guns, and it's cool. But dude, I know all of that map now.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I am now like on
playing?
COD player level with that. I'm over 1,000 hours in there. And I'm like, like where I find COD to be cringe now because it's not skill, it's fucking Fortnite with a milsim skin. Like that's all it is. And I don't like Fortnite. I can't get into it. And to me, that's like, it just takes away, like, it's a military game. Like Fortnite is a Fortnite game. I'm having fun with it. It's colorful, but when people get competitive with it instead of just having fun with it, that's when that's what COD players are. They're toxic.
Yeah.
A lot of them are very toxic, and they get pissed at people. And I'm like, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
It's the same on Insurgency, except it's different. The PvP, toxic. The other one, either nobody's talking, or if you got a good group, everybody's communicating. Hey, I'm getting shot at over here. Hey, over here. Hey, it's bearing this number, and then you turn and you see that, and you go, cool.
It's always the PvP, because the PvP are the ones that are there because they have to prove something.
Yeah.
So then there are ones who are always like trying to measure dicks or like calling each other cucks and being just fucktards on there.
I don't even care about that shit.
But the ones who are doing it on the AI to do the missions and that, they're there because it's fun. Like, they're there to do the mission, to like work as a team. It's different. The other ones are there to prove something. So it's like, oh, my dick's this big. And it's like, no, your dick sounds like it's this big, and that's why you're acting like that.
Because it was in his ear.
Yeah. Pretty much. Poking him. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. I get it. It's the annoying type of people that...
But then I'm there. I've hit the highest rank I can hit.
So now what?
And you know what I've got a big calling for is Wildlands.
I love Wildlands.
We need to play Wildlands because
I'm down.
And the reason why is that, and that's what we need. We need you guys' help. We need to find 2. We're going to have tryouts.
We need to have 4 people total.
Yeah, we need 4 people.
For our Wildlands team.
We're pretty experienced Wildland players. We've been playing it for years.
We lick the barrels, know the flavors of all the guns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that gave me images.
Why are you picturing it?
Because my mind does
person.
it. No. I
picturing the tongue just slowly sliding down the barrel all the way.
All I imagined was like after shooting, and then it'd be like just one of these funny. Yeah, dude, it'd be like one of those funny like YouTube like they're all shooting it, and it's all supposed to be like sexy and stuff. And we like have Brandon doing it, right, where he's shooting the gun, and every time he's shooting, like a button pops off of his shirt, right? He's got a button-up shirt. He's all doing that, and then he's all boom, 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 with a joint in his mouth and sunnies on. And then when he's done, like it just shows the barrel of the gun, and then there's like a long the lawn panning shot of the gun itself. And then all of a sudden, Brandon's chest is glistening with baby oil.
Yeah.
And there's a right lighting that comes on there, and he lifts up his sunglasses, and then he licks the barrel, and that's when it goes to reality, and he goes, ah! And it just like fuses to, ah! And he rips it off, and a big chunk of his tongue comes off, and he's screaming. And then it pans to everybody else. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? Like, that would be funny. That would be funny. But no, I mean, where the fuck did that come from, man? This strain is
Wildlands.
Yeah, we
we
need 2 more people, man, because you were talking about we know all the flavors. We lick the barrels. I remember. Yeah. Fucking short-term memory doesn't get fucked up on marijuana. Yeah, but I mean, it was. That game is so much fun because you get to do it with other people, but it's not against other people. Like, I don't mind PvP. We tried it on Wildlands and on Breakpoint.
Yeah.
It was sucked. It was so fast.
Yeah, it was.
And then we did Battlefield for a minute, and that sucked.
It's fine. Most of them just feel...
I think the thing that was more upsetting about that one is that it was released for free like 2 months later.
Right? It's like, what the hell? Yeah, that's always how it goes.
Well, we did Space Marine too.
Yeah, that one was short.
Yeah, it was super short. It was fun. I have no desire to go back.
Helldivers was fun for a short bit.
Yeah.
I feel
like they were fun, but it just nothing had like the staying
nothing
power.
Long term. Yeah.
Well, like Gran Turismo.
Oh, I love that still.
That's a great multiplayer game. So much fun. I wish they had voice chat in that game other than having a party.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we do. When we invite people into those races, like, hey, do you want to chat? Voice chat, we'll send you an invite.
Oh.
Because then
Some of them are different countries though.
Yeah,
just
it would be fine.
If they speak English or...
Well, we get a lot of Japanese races on there. That'd be good.
Yeah, that's true.
Hello.
If they speak English.
Oh, Brandon-san.
Oh, I can smell your tiny pee-pee from back here.
Oh,
I hope your butthole.
Well, he just took it to another level.
I know. Right? Well, I mean, in races, there's always someone up someone else's. So.
But dude, like even Need for Speed Heat, like that was a blast game.
Yeah,
that was so much fun. But we got to a certain point where it wasn't fun anymore.
Because there was so much,
and it was impossible races by that point.
Yeah, the next.
But it felt like Burnout.
Yeah.
Like it's not...
You had to reach a police level of like heat level 5 and then go do certain races under
and
that.
And then escape.
And it was like, it just took it was such a pain in the ass to try and get to that in the first place. And then it was like, all right, whatever.
Oh, dude, but I used to love that because it was cartoony, but it was a lot of fun. It was learning how to do certain things.
I had a steering wheel on that one back then.
I know, you kicked my ass when you got that steering wheel.
Yeah, because I noticed that I could I was so much better in corners because I'm not great with the joystick because I'm not focused, and so I'm going left, right, not finely.
No, you just have to be conscious of it.
Versus with the steering wheel, it's like driving a car. And I'm like, no, I can do it. Like, it's very
Dude, it's like Gran
movements.
Turismo. We played that one for a while, and we were unlocking other cars and stuff like that. And then I hit this wall, and all of a sudden I'm like, I'm going to try in cockpit mode. And I was like, that's all I race in now. I will not go in third person anymore.
But there was a big difference even between when we played it before and now.
Oh, big difference.
I have gone up way level, like in my racing, because before I was nowhere near as good at racing. And now I'm way better, even with like the controller.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but dude, it's just because of how much tactile sensitivity goes into that game. Because there's a lot of people, like our friend Wesley, he's like, oh, dude, you got to play this like one, like almost like dirt racing derby, like wrecking game. And I don't know. And I looked at it and I'm like, that's not my jam.
Yeah.
But at the same time, all the reviews talk about the mechanics and the drive mechanic. I'm like, cool, put that into something for street. I would like to see a mix of Need for Speed and Gran Turismo.
Ago, but it was like back in PC time. Yeah. Like I was ages ago. And that one was still fun, but I haven't done rally kind of stuff except for the small ones on Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Past that, like, yeah, I have no idea.
No, I love this idea. I want to get that wheel, dude. That wheel's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it's got to be like such an amazing.
But that's why, like, one of my favorite memories of that, man, is just getting baked and playing video games. Like, didn't we do like Diablo 3 at my house one day?
I think so. Yeah.
And we played for hours, and we were just smoking on our little white tip pens. From
back in the day, bangers.
The bangers, right?
Yep.
And we'd be smoking those, and that room would just be a haze of smoke.
Yeah, which was surprising for your house to me. Like
well, it was that room, dude. That room didn't have like a lot of really good ventilation. It was just a box.
I just mean the fact that we were allowed to do that inside back then.
Oh no!
Like,
by that point,
was a bit
my
surprising.
wife. Well, no, my wife knew by that point, and
Yeah.
I just told her, like, look, it's helping me with this. She's like, well, I don't want it to be a problem, and I'm like, no problem, no problem, and it never really has. I mean, do I feel like I need it? No, I've been a little bit of glutton sometimes. I'm like, I just want to be high right now, and I shouldn't. When I feel that, I should be going, okay, but it's not a flower time thing right now. Like, flower to me now is very sacred. So I'm like, okay, I need to think about it in more of not a religious sense, but more of like,
that's my flame to flower.
Yeah. I mean, if I was wealthy,
more because
I would do flower all the time.
Of my back and stuff. I vaporize because of that. But I think flame to flower is more of like a ritual for me.
Very much. That's why this gives us the best experience I feel that I have. I mean, even
love George Jetson.
My little MJ Arsenal, like, I like it, but
Yeah.
it's still not this.
Nothing's as clean. And that it makes a huge difference. In the
Big
experience.
difference, dude.
It really
I
does.
love it. It's so crazy. We talk about it all the time, and you'd think we'd be sponsored by these motherfuckers, but we're not.
Well, the best part, and
I know he's busy, dude, because I've gone to their website. They're popping.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what though? The quality, it's in the build. It
is.
really is in the build. There's another company that could do it probably similar. There's probably one out there.
100%.
But because of the experience we've had directly with them, it's going to be hard pressed to do anything else.
Yeah,
That's
love
like-
this device.
Like, this sat in my closet.
For like 6 months.
Oh, because we had so much shit come
I
to us
just didn't
all at
even
once.
know. I was like, wait, we just had to do so many different things.
Yeah,
try
Brandon
them
had
all.
this, and he goes, dude, can you take this? This thing's so fucking... We had so much
I was
shit.
like, there's so many. I was like, it looks cool.
And we
I
know
was
a
like,
lot of other products that come out. We're going to be doing another run through a bunch of products here this
Yeah.
next year. But, yeah, man, I'm just like, nothing beats that.
Yeah, it's
right
hard,
now.
hard to beat right now. So
It's so amazing. And so it's like...
I can't believe that this has just been a strain episode. This has been like...
all over the
all
place.
over. This
well,
is
that's
like
what
a
the
sash.
strain does,
Yeah.
dude, man. The strain is real chatty, fun. I would say get out when you're on this one.
Yeah.
Or just if you can't get out, it's fucking cold or it's disgusting or you're in New Jersey and there's fucking aliens in the sky. Yeah. I mean, that's
it's a
pretty
good feeling
cool.
strain though. Like even
I'm
if you're
actually
at
pretty
home,
jealous. I wish I was in New Jersey right now because I would
Seeing
love to see
aliens.
this shit.
I know. I saw your comment on the orbs. If someone was like, "Oh, I saw orbs," and you're like, "Oh, I'm still waiting on mine."
Yeah, dude, totally. Because, and it's just, I mean, whatever it is, I have my thoughts, but yeah, I'm just like, I would rather be outside doing something.
Yeah, this is.
I wish it snowed right now. The snow is not coming.
I know.
It's coming to different areas because the weather patterns went from El Nino to La Nina. And so it's brought in a warmer pattern down to the south.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
but the Arctic winds are going to be coming through the Midwest.
Yeah.
So
I guess we'll see what we get.
They're going to get pounded.
Yeah, we'll see if we get anything before Christmas. Honestly.
I don't think so. I think we might get some
for
rain.
you guys, Christmas just happened. So, but Christmas is actually next week for us. So
Yeah. But if you can find, is this one just a Utah strain?
I don't know. I bet you could find white diesel all over the place.
Man, this is really good. This is a
is.
great, well, and again, it goes back to the grower, really pay attention to your bud. and you're going to be able to tell the quality of it. We should do a whole episode on quality, what to look for, what not to look for, taking some of the tips from Joe when we talked to him, right? The nose. And, I've smelled some. It's so funny because other people don't have that because they haven't trained their nose for it. But they'll be like, yeah, this stuff smells good. And they'll give me like this Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Of they don't know what it is, and they go like this, and I'm like, oh,
And it just smells
and they're
gross.
like, what? And they're like, it's awesome. I'm like, oh, dude, there's something off with it. Whose is this?
Yeah.
And they go, I don't know. And I'm like, where did they get it from? I don't know. I'm like, did they grow it themselves? Let me text them. Yeah, I grew it. And then they go, well, what strain is it? And they go, they don't remember. Know. They just had a seed, dude. I guarantee they had a seed.
Had a seed from some random
and they just put it in a bag.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's cool, but I don't know how that guy kept it. I mean, it's important. What are you feeding the plant? How much water are you giving it? What's the humidity in the room? I mean, you got to do all this shit. And that's why we've loved Dragonfly. That's why we invite the rest of you to be able to reach out to us to visit your facility or experience your products so we can be able to give it a fair assessment. I've really enjoyed Black Sheep and Find. I thought those were great local ones. High quality on the grow, not as good as these guys. I'm just being honest, but the quality of the high
we were
been
surprised
great.
with a third of the gram that we did that was Select in the cart. That was really surprising.
Yeah.
And then the one you said you got Select edibles and those were good. So
dude,
honestly, like it's a really wide variety of quality across the board just with everyone. So.
Yeah, and a lot of it comes to the formulation, when you're talking about, and
especially
that's
edibles.
The grow too. Like, I mean, what's the planning that went into that? Either it's Stoner Logic where like I got a bunch of seeds and they threw it in the ground. Let's see if it grows.
Yeah, there's definitely those out there too.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's definitely like there's a lot of science behind it, and I appreciate that.
I do. I love seeing the science, the care, like just really going into the product because you experience it on the end.
Yeah. It shows like, especially like when you're talking edibles. Edibles are great. Like when you experience an edible, like, dude, I tried the Moxie and the Select. Mm-hmm. The Moxie, great taste, great consistency, off feel.
Well, even when they brought them on the show, remember? And I took 100 milligrams. I was like, Like I might feel a tiny tingle in my back if I'm lucky, but I don't know.
But dude, Select, it didn't taste great. It didn't taste great. I would never say, oh, Select has the tastiest products. Nope. Never would do that. But I will tell you they are very consistent. And if it's hot dog water, you know what? You could go worse. And with edibles, like flavor, you're not eating, it's medicine. And they treat it like that. So when I had it, I was like, it literally like I took a Moxie before we went Christmas shopping with what we had.
Okay, yeah.
And when we went out, I had a Moxie edible, and I got really uncomfortable. And then halfway through it, I was just kind of getting upset, and my wife's like, "Oh, we got to go pick up our son from work and just drop him off at home." I'm like, "Great, I need to get something."
Yeah.
And then I went and got another edible, and these were just 10 milligrams. But the 10 milligram I took from Select, totally different. I was chill within about 15 minutes. Huh. It kicked in real fast, and that's what the bud tender told me. She goes, they're not the best tasting, but I'll tell you right now, they are the fastest acting ones I've ever had here. And I'm like, really? Even better than jams? She goes, jams are tasty, but they're not as effective as these.
That's
and I'm
cool.
Like, and I'm like, should I get 5? And she goes, no, get 10s. She goes, if you're really daring, you can go all the way up to 90. And I'm like, holy shit. And she goes, yeah, you don't get a ton of them, but...
I mean, if they give us a stipend or send us out some products, dude, I'll eat the whole bag.
Sure. Come on, bud. But it's really just, pay attention to the products you're getting, especially your flower. Your flower. And if you're limited on it, cool. But take care to know what's going on with it.
And honestly, it kind of sucks sometimes because you think that the pricing's really expensive. So you'll buy one because you're like, well, I can get the whole ounce of this, or I get it at this cost. But I've honestly found that the difference for me between, let's say, like $130 ounce and $150 ounce is night and day difference.
Oh,
and that
100%.
extra $20, $30
You know where it went.
makes all the world of difference in your experience. And so you won't actually have to smoke as much. And so you'll pay a tiny bit more, but that product will last you so much longer and your experience will be so much better versus the subpar product that you buy. You'll be chasing the experience that you wanted to get from the other one the entire time, trying to use more and more to try and even get there.
I like that.
So it goes faster and you have a worse experience trying to chase the experience that you would have gotten in the first place from the better product.
Dude, that's so true because of the other brands that are around here. And I found myself smoking a lot more.
Yeah.
But then with the higher quality, such as Dragonfly, dude,
you can smoke the bowl. And then you're like, oh shit, I'm good. Versus like, oh, hey, you smoke a bowl and then you're like, I could smoke another one like right now. Or maybe I'll wait 20 minutes and then I'll smoke another. Like,
yeah, I mean, that goes to show, man. Like I got this thing for Black Sheep, but it was on sale.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like $30 for the eighth.
That's not bad.
Great.
Fantastic.
I was
pricing.
very happy about it, but I went through it really fast.
Because
I didn't get the same experience, the lasting, like
yeah.
everything that goes into that grow, I'm so much more appreciative of now. And especially if I know that, I mean, I'm not a real big fan of Dragonfly's edibles, but although that's fine, that's not where their strong suit is.
Yeah. If they had a really high dose edible, I might consider trying it to see if it would do anything for me. My problem is most people don't make that high of dose.
No.
And so even if I'm taking, like most people's 100 milligrams doesn't touch me. So unless I'm taking 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, I'm not, and then that's literally their entire package half the time. Yeah, right? Yeah.
That's me, dude. I'd be in cerebral palsy mode. Like I would not be moving.
But then I'm looking at it and I'm like, so for me to have an edible experience, well, I might need 300 to 500 milligrams to feel it.
Well, now, dude, I have noticed that while I've been doing edibles to kind of help my lungs recover, which has been awesome. And like, dude, in days.
Oh, yeah.
Literally in days. I started hacking up a couple of nasty phlegm shit.
Yeah.
Nothing black or dark, just phlegm.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. Because I've limited my flower use. So I started thinking I had to have the mentality and not putting as much flour in my bowl. I'm like, I don't need all of that. And if I do need it, I'll come back and get some more.
Yeah.
And it's a tiny bowl. But at the same time, like that was another, I'm reading about it going, you don't need to smoke as much flour to get the same experience. You're still going to get that. And if you feel like you need to go back and get more. But I feel like an American, dude. I'm like, oh, I want the buffet and want all of it. Just all in my face.
Yeah, well, because I am always wondering, like, oh man, if I smoke another bowl, could I actually experience high? But then it's like, no, like I'll feel good. But
no, you just need to like do moon rocks and shit like that.
Yeah, but
like,
then it becomes so much for it. Like even when I made edible infused eggs that day, and I had realized I put almost 3/4 of a gram of concentrate in there. That's a lot for one time.
Yeah, but it worked.
That's one edible.
Yeah, but that worked. That helped a lot that day. And that's where, the dosing comes in different. That's why it's so difficult. Like, you really need to test out, like, your bowls. And if you're smoking, instead of rolling a 1 gram joint, why don't you do, like, a pin joint, right? Make it really small and test it out and see how you feel. We are just overly abundant. Like, a joint should be for a group of people.
It should be, yeah.
It should be because, I mean, one, it's sharing the experience. It's a bond right away. Like, I don't know anybody in a circle where I've ever been like, yeah, I don't want to fucking be around any of these cocksuckers.
Right?
Never. Like, right. Yeah, I hate cock breath over there and that motherfucker. No, dude, I've always been like, I instantly want to know more about them.
Yeah, the circle interesting. It just becomes more interesting.
You can see past who they are, man.
Yeah.
It's like Adam when we went to his house with his fucking like Yeti fur.
Yeah, but if he had shown up the day that he came on the show, if that's how I met him, I don't think that he would have been on the show.
No.
Because I would have been like, he's so prescribed, so fucking boring. Like, I don't want to talk to him. What is the value here?
Well, and the thing is, it's a lot of it goes towards perception, right? And he was in a transition in his life, so it was this whole thing of who I need to be. Yeah. He's changed quite a bit from that day, but it was interesting. I feel the same way because it was just like totally different, and he was just unsanitized, like Bennett. Like Bennett High is just more open. And Bennett's not a really open person too much on that level. Like he keeps it pretty surface.
Yeah.
He'll let you know where the barrier is. He'll change subjects, but if you're close to him, like and honestly it's because of cannabis that's why we're close to him. Like people go like, "Oh yeah, Bennett." Like I just want to say like, Bennett, and people go, "Yeah, I know Bennett." I'm like, did you hear him speak, or do you? Yeah. They're like, oh, we've done shrooms together and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay. And I remember when he was like
really into very much.
Yeah,
that.
like constantly doing it. Like when he told me he was eating 3 grams and playing with his kids, I'm like,
that's a lot.
Well, not only that,
I can't do that.
It's a sacred time, right? That's not something where a microdose. I'm doing that for the day. When I'm camping, I'm microdosing. I'm like,
I can see that. Yeah.
Every day I pop 2 of them a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the mid-afternoon, so I can keep it going, and I just feel
fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's the best feeling. Yeah,
you feel so good. You feel it, and I feel it and smell it, and there's a particular smell and feel that, and that's so crazy, bro. Like that's going through your blood, and it gets to that point where it's just like. It's like almost spores are released inside your nose.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Could be
opening you up to reality.
But it's so cool, and that's the same thing with cannabis, man. And this strain. This has been a longer episode on a review, dude.
Random ass episode.
I don't know.
We love you guys.
You might have to cut a little bit.
Hey, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. And tune in next week.
Oh my God.
I
think it's after the New Year. So
it's Cannabis School. Cannabis School's new website
should be up.
It's up and we're getting a ton of dispensaries,
qualified medical providers,
and we're going to be putting so much more on there.
Products, strains, where you can actually get your products from,
where you can leave reviews. You're going to be able to leave reviews with us directly,
and
talking
vote
about
on your
strains.
favorite strains of the month.
Yeah, that's going to be
see what
really
everyone
cool.
else is smoking on.
We have so many cool things for 2025 coming out for cannabis, so it makes it so much easier for you guys. When you guys go to the website, it's super cool looking, 1, but 2,
it'll just keep growing.
It's just going to keep growing. So let your dispensaries know that 1, they need to be listening to this podcast, and 2,
get on board.
Yeah, get on Cannabis School approved. We have created something truly that is for cannabis companies, so they can come to you.
For you guys.
Yeah.
So, and tune in next week.
All right, guys, take care.